complain a bit to people about how Musk is around a lot. It's a fraught relationship, or has potential for becoming more so.
You knew this day would come, didn't you? It looks like the bromance between Donald Trump and Elon Musk has hit a major snag. According to fresh reports, Trump's been letting loose behind closed doors, griping about none other than his once tight buddy Elon Musk. And these complaints? Well, they're not staying private anymore. Nope, the very guy who's been practically living at Mar-a-Lago is now the target of Trump's signature grumbling. But this whole mess is sparked by Musk's own trolling antics. Now, Trump's getting undercut by the memes and whispers calling Musk the real leader of the free world. People are saying that Musk's the one running the show, and that, apparently, is driving Trump up the wall. During a recent episode of Kara Swisher's podcast, On with Kara Swisher, New York Times reporter Maggie Haberman dropped the bombshell that Trump's been privately venting about Musk's constant presence in his space, and the fact that people are treating Elon like the new power player. Things aren't as friendly as they seemed. Let's break down all the juicy details of this rift and the reasons behind it. Haberman shared on Swisher's podcast that Trump has been privately complaining about Musk's constant presence. Here is a clip of that. When asked if she was surprised by Musk's rise, Haberman responded, "Recently, Musk has been staying in a cottage at Mar-a-Lago, which costs over $2,000 a night. So, he's really made himself comfortable right next to Trump. But what happens when Trump becomes president? That's still up in the air. Musk is leading a government cost-cutting project called Doge, and while having these panels is nothing new, some work and some don't. So we'll have to wait and see how things play out when the transition from Palm Beach to Washington, D.C. happens after the inauguration. Will Musk move into the Lincoln bedroom? Probably not, but it's clear he's going to try to stay as close to Trump as possible. This might mean getting an office in the White House complex, either in the Eisenhower Executive Office building next door or in the West Wing itself. It'll be interesting to see if that actually happens. Just think about this. Elon Musk is getting under Trump's skin so much that Trump is actually complaining about it to his close friends. And somehow, it's getting back to Maggie Haberman. It almost seems like Musk is purposely messing with Trump because he knows how much power he has over him, thanks to all the money he put into Trump's campaign. On Harris Weir's podcast, Haberman talked about how Musk doesn't mind annoying Trump more than anyone else. Musk seems to think his wealth and connections give him some control over Trump. Haberman even called the relationship between Musk and Trump fraught, suggesting that Musk's influence might not last long once Trump takes the White House. Listen to this. She also mentioned that Trump accidentally posted what looked like a private DM, saying how much he missed Musk. That was odd, really odd. It had this strange, almost awkward vibe to it. And speaking of awkward, let's dive into this relationship. She pointed out that while they're obviously at odds, there's this weird dynamic where they're kind of alike in some ways. She even hinted that the whole thing might fizzle out eventually, but for now it's full steam ahead with the drama. Musk is out there helping to block a spending bill, and people are even jokingly calling him President Musk. That phrase alone seems to be driving Trump up the wall. She also mentioned that Musk seems far more willing to get under Trump's skin than most people, and he doesn't really seem to care about the consequences. But she added that once Trump gets back to Washington, this dynamic might shift. She doesn't think Musk is going to have an office in the West Wing, or even the type of pass, whether it's blue or green, that lets you freely roam around the White House grounds. Sure, having that kind of access wouldn't mean Musk could stroll right into the Oval Office, but it would get him pretty close. Still, she doubts Trump or his team would be comfortable with Musk having that kind of freedom. Historically, Trump has always run a loose, open-door type of operation, both in his business and during his first term. But even with that, she doesn't see Musk being allowed to just wander around like he owns the place. She also said, I don't think it's going to change entirely. It's always like shifting sands around Trump, you know? One moment someone's up, the next they're down, but no one's ever really out for good. And I don't think Musk will be either. Apparently, all the chatter about President Musk, the memes, the jokes, the viral photos, is seriously bothering Trump. It's been getting under his famously thin skin, and it seems to be driving him up the wall. Here's how Maggie described it. Recently, Trump addressed the President Musk comments during a speech in Arizona saying, "No, he's not taking the presidency, that's not happening." Somebody sounds a little defensive, don't you think? This comes on the heels of reporting last month from Mediaite that Trump is, quote, annoyed with Musk over their relationship. If there's one thing we've learned about Trump, it's that he has a knack for turning on even his closest allies when the time comes. Thanks for watching. If you're enjoying the drama, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell.